Hello, welcome back to WINFXTRADING YouTube channel, the only channel that has been optimized to make you rich trading the Forex synthetic market. In this video, I'm going to show you something that will alter the way you trade and improve your profitability and consistency in making profit. And so the topic is learn trend concepts for change of trend in Forex synthetic market. If this is your first time of visiting my YouTube channel, do your best to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you get notified each time I upload a new content. Try to like and refer this channel to your network so that YouTube pushes to a high level of audience. So the subtopics or the things that we're gonna be discussing include lens, differentials, range, new season, geometrical transformations. So these 4 important points will be discussed and directly applied on MT5. So it's more of practical than theory. Actually, one of the reasons you lose more money is because of change of trend. So this topic actually treats the problems of change of trend, how to know when trend has changed, and then how to build your confidence and follow the new trend. Because one thing is to figure out if there is a change in trend, and the other thing is to join the trend. You cannot trade against a trend or a season. You rather follow it. But if you feel like you want to trade against it, then you will lose more money than ever, because that has been the reason why many traders belong to 90% losers. But it's not all about following trend. The problem is entry and risk management. Okay, if you cannot enter properly, you will still lose your trade. If you cannot manage risk, you will still lose your trade or make small profit, which will influence your win rate and your risk reward. So I'm going to the chart so that we start this discussion, especially these terminologies. You need to know what lens differential is, you need to know what range is, you need to know what new season, and you need to know what geometrical transformations is. Actually, in this topic, we shall be deploying plain theory or plain concept in order to simplify the discussion, because without plain analysis it will be hard to detect when a season or a trend is about to change. You can't detect it if you cannot map all the planes in the market, and you really need to run structural analysis and top-down analysis. So the top-down analysis plus structural analysis and then plain analysis, you can be able to detect where there are probabilities of trend change, and then we cannot deploy the subtopics, we cannot deploy this topic in order to get the final result. Okay, so remember the topic we're discussing: length range concept for change of trend in Forex synthetic market. Okay, this is very important. So you start, you start by doing some top-down analysis. Basically, you can start from the monthly time frame to analyze the market. It's very simple. You don't need to rush the market. Just focus on an asset and do the analysis. Every asset will give you one information or the other. In other words, there's probability of getting a sell or a buy in a given asset. So when you are doing analysis, just focus and do it very well. Okay, if at the end you didn't get a result, you look for another asset and repeat the process, making sure that you are fully focused and trusting that at the end you are going to get a result. So right now, this is monthly time frame. Whatever you can do in this time frame, whatever you can figure out, whatever you can discover in this time frame, just do it. Consider the trend lines, consider the support and resistance, consider break of structures. Okay, map all those stuff just to get the overall information in the market. Make sure you mark those stuff to get overall information in the market, because if you cannot get the real information in the market, it will be hard to know when trend will actually change. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're a scalper or not, you must know the direction, whether you want to scalp or whether you want to swing trade or whether you want to be a day trader. You must know the actual direction of the market for you to remain consistent and profitable. Okay, so anything you can be able to discover in any given time frame, you'll have to do that. You run your plane analysis. Actually, when you are drawing trend lines, you actually run the plane analysis, because without trend line, nothing like plane. But the only difference between trend line and planes is that planes are parallel, like they have parallel trend lines. Why normal trend line may not have parallelism, and so we have to take note of this, the difference between planes and normal trend line. So I can put planes together with normal trend line. I will still combine everything to find out where the market is heading to. Okay, you have to also consider the internal structures, which are broken levels. You have to consider internal structure in the market, and they actually consist of the resistance and support as well. So you can see what I'm doing. From what I have done in the monthly time frame, you will discover that this is a positive plane. This plane is pointing upwards, and then we have this downtrend line, meaning that if price goes close to this downtrend line, it's going to create a sell signal. So that is probability of reversal here. And another reason for us to believe that the market can reverse is we have a very strong resistance here. You see, resistance, you shouldn't play about resistance and support, because markets repeat in stress, and so there is a resistance there. You can also extend this, so there is probability of trend to change if price came to that level. And now the information we are getting is that the market is likely going to create a sell signal in the monthly time frame. So we step down to the weekly time frame, deleting all the tools, all the objects here to avoid confusion. Actually, if you are a full-time trader, you should have multiple desktops or laptops for different time frame analysis. So your monthly analysis will be on another laptop, your weekly analysis on another laptop. Though if your screen is big, you can pretty much divide your screen and maybe into 4 or more, and run different time frame analysis to get the actual result. Okay, so that's good. I'm not teaching those stuff, but you can actually involve it in setting up your trading office. So right now in the week, we have this inclination, and we still see another visible. Okay, you see, most people cannot be able to do this kind of analysis, and we are doing this in the VIP signal production. Before signals are released, they pass through this kind of analysis, this kind of synthesis, and so that's good. So the week is telling us that the market is trading between a downtrend and uptrend, meaning that the market is in a triangle, and if each time it reaches any side of that triangle, it creates a reversal signal, and that is what is doing right now. It's creating a sell signal. Okay, so we go back to remember this is weekly, so we go back to the daily time frame. Okay, there are other things I didn't measure in the week. You can also see this internal resistance. It is a this is a support. For now, it's a support. So when price push towards the support, it creates a buy signal. So you should take note of all this. It is called structural analysis, right? So I'm doing structural analysis alongside with plan analysis, trend line analysis, support and resistance. But I'm doing structure because when I study levels, both internal and external, where there are probability of seeing resistance and support, that is structural analysis. Okay, and you see when price dip here, it buys. Okay, so the week is showing us that the market is can still buy. Okay, that's good. And then we step down to daily time frame. Can delete the object here in this time frame. Okay, and then so which is telling the truth, the week or the month? The truth is that the month is telling the truth. The month is telling us to sell and the week is telling us to buy. Which one are you going to select? You select the month, because the higher the time frame, the more accurate the information the market shows becomes. Now we will step down to the daily time frame. Now this is daily time frame, and then we have this. The plan analysis become more critical and crucial at lower time frame, because you can be able to see the swingings in the market. Okay, so the plan has to do with parallelism. So this is a projection of the lower boundary. So all I need is just a touch or more. So if I get one touch, I'm okay. Whatever that reacts to that line is going to experience the characteristic behavior of that plane. So what is the characteristics of this plane? Each time price hits the upper boundary, creates a sell signal, and each time price hits the lower boundary, it creates a buy signal. Whatever that happens in between is going to be risky. So on the boundary conditions of this plane, we are going to be looking for entries for a signal down in the middle. But if at all you are going to enter in the middle, then you have to deploy the principle of season, and that's cool. That is what I'm going to bring in this video, the principle of length, range, and season. Okay, so season pretty much has to do with direction, that the market is breaking levels or heading. So right now we step down to the 4 hours time frame, and that is where we deploy the length analysis. From 4 hours down to a smaller time frame, we deploy the length analysis. And then we also consider differential. If you go to the topic, you'll be able to see this thing. Discussing length differentials, new range, new season, and season differential. Okay, very important. Okay, if you don't know all this, then you find it difficult to succeed as a trader. You will pretty much find it difficult, because these are very, 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 very metaphysical. Okay, so we consider geometrical transformations. So let's run the structural analysis, and then run the plan analysis as well. And so we have this plan bounded by trend line, and so we have this. So there is something that happened here. Just do as much plan analysis as you can. Just do as much plan analysis as you can, trying to map out the planned characteristics of the market. And what it is 2 points is okay to get one of the boundaries of this plan. 2 or 3 points. If you have 2 points, is okay. If I have 3 points or more, is okay. But then the next, once you get one of the line correct, the next line will be a parallel line. Okay, so why are you doing, or like why are you trying to get the plans in this market? You are trying to get the plans in this market so that you can run differential, season differential. It's very important. The season, the season have to be different for you to know if the trend is going to change, because this topic is talking about trend change. You can't be making profit when you are trading against a trend. So your own is to fight and battle to get to join the running trend and not to go against it. And for you to join a running trend, you must have proper information about the market, whether you are joining the trend or you're trading against the trend. So we now have how many plans? We have plan 1 pointing up. This plan is pointing up, so the slope of this plan is positive. We have this plan pointing downwards. The slope of this plan is negative, and we have this plan pointing upwards. The slope of this plan is positive. Okay, so we can take this as major plan in the 4 hours time frame. We step down to 1 hour time frame, and when we step down to 1 hour time frame, you see that every upward plan is like the overall direction of the market is upwards, and every downward plan, the main direction of the market is downwards. But that doesn't actually make you succeed. The problem is entry. If a market has a major plan or is characterized with a major plan, or what you can call the major season, okay, but it's not season, because season is a kind of opening of a plan, so it's not a season. Let's remove season, because the season there means in a plan there are for every plan there are 2 events. One is upward event or bullish season, while the other is a downward event or bearish season. It does not matter the slope of the plan, it does not matter the direction of the plan. Okay, so if you feel like you want to follow the main plan, but you are trading against a season, you will still lose your money trying to follow the main plan, unless in a situation where you want to risk large sum of money and like 30% to 50% of the time you are going to lose. Like you have it's not actually lesser. You have 80 to 90% chances of losing, because you are trading against the season. It's not a plan that controls your profitability. What controls your profitability is the season or change of trend. Okay, so somebody will be like, since this plan is pointing upwards, I will be curiously or anxiously be looking for a buy signal, and in so doing you might be lured to be buying at certain low prices, but the market will keep going against your entry simply because the season is active. You are trading against an active season, and that is where we bring the issue of length differential and then season. Now right here, what you need to do now is you step down to 30 minutes or 15 minutes time frame. Just step down to 15 to 5 minutes time frame, and then study the length characteristics of the price movement, also season differentials, then length differentials. Okay, like what is a length? A length is a path created from a support or a resistance, a path created from a support or resistance, or a path created after the market breakout of a range. Okay, that is what I mean by a length. You have to study the size of this length and compare it to other lengths and their directions. You also need to measure. So let's consider the subtopic again. So right now we have a length characteristics from here to here. You see, when you are trying to study the length, you are actually studying the line of best fit passing through the midpoint of a plane. Okay, so this is the length characteristics, and the direction is downwards, right? We can remove arrow to avoid confusion so that we can study the direction. Okay, since we are using the arrow, it's cool, and then we have to point it in the direction of the line, the length, so it's downwards. And then we have this length characteristics is upwards, right? Now when market is breaking out of ranges and creating certain lengths, what you need to study is a change in those length characteristics. So we have a support here, and like from this support the market creates a length of this dimension, of this size. It created this length, like it created this length. Okay, it reaches this length. Okay, so and the direction is up. Also, we can also say that after a breakout of this range, the market created a length of this, like, because when you are measuring length, you have to measure it from support or resistance. Even if it is from a range, you measure it from support or resistance. But what will determine if you are going to measure from resistance or support is the direction of that length. So this length is up, so we measure it from support. And so you see that this length is big when you compare to this length. So a length can be up or down. So you are measuring up length, down length. So because this length is big, it gives you an information that you should be looking for a buy, or it gives you an information that the season is buy season and you should look for a buy along this path. Okay, that's what it's trying to tell you, because we have a length differential whose direction, like, there is imbalance, and the direction of this imbalance is up. Okay, and now we already know from the higher time frame that each time market touch this upper trend line is going to create a sell. That is probability, not certainty, but that is probability to create a sell. So when you start monitoring the price behavior, you now know the truth. And so we already have our length differentials and characteristics. We know the size of the length from this support. We also know the size of the length from this support. Okay, so you can measure those lengths. Those lengths are very, very important. You can measure it with your eyes or whatever. And then if we have a probability that the price will reverse from here, okay, that is one information. Then can we, if the market starts creating length, can we measure the direction of that length, and can we measure the size? So we have a length of this size. You see the length, it's practical, because for you to believe that the market have changed season, the active length should be bigger, like it should be larger, or let me use longer, like it should be bigger than an opposing length. Okay, that's why it is called differential. So the last characteristic length is from here to here, because we measure it from this support to here. And then when price start trading, instead of it to respect it, it break it and create a bigger length. Okay, so we now have length imbalance that is pointing downwards. That is change of season. The market have changed season, and so it have changed from buying season to a selling season. Now if we have a big length or an increase, like an increase in length that is different from another, like whose polarity is in opposite direction or whose direction is countering another nearest length in the vicinity, you will know the market have changed season. Now, when you have this kind of stuff, big length, which is against previous length, like previous opposing length, okay, like a length opposing another length in a different season. That's why I'm using differentials, because it has to do with differences. So this is a buy season. We suddenly saw a very big increment in length in the opposite direction to the buy season. So there is momentum in the selling side of the market. So we can now say that we have a length output that have changed the season. So if rent want to fall, it will first of all create a sign that it might fall by thunderstorm, by wind, or cloudy weather. There will be a kind of cloud in the sky, and the next thing it will start with small volume, and suddenly after a few minutes, seconds, the volume will rise, and then it will be heavy, and then you will feel the heaviness of the rain, and suddenly it will do as if it will stop, and then it will increase again. That is a sign of change of season from sunny period to the rainy period. The same thing happened in the markets, right? So because of this increment in length and other stuff that happen in the market, what are you looking for? You'll be looking for a very strong resistance to join the season. Okay, you really want to join the season, but you don't want to join the season when the volume is high. No, you want to join the season when there is reduction or loss in volume, so that you can have liquidity. The drawdown will be reduced. Okay, the drawdown will be reduced. So you need to have energy in order to make profit. You can't be making profit when the other side of the market is against you, because if you do not wait for a strong resistance to create, then when that resistance will create, you are going to be in massive drawdown, which most time can attack your stop loss. And so this is, you see there, we have an order block. There are multiple confirmation to show that this resistance is going to hold. So first of all, each time price come here, it goes down. Each time price come there, it goes down. Like price have price have come there how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so even if you are so dull, you should have got the fourth one. And so we have an order block, and this order block is a base. So we have a drop base drop. What happened to a drop base drop? On a pullback, it continued dropping, right? And so the fact that market must get back to this lower trend line will also increase your confidence. And so you are going to enter a sell, and you are going to put your take profit here. Maybe 50% of your take profit here, and then you monitor how the markets behave at this juncture. And the truth is that there is a theory or concept of length, or let me call it length theory. If there is a differential length that creates a new season, okay, then after a range, the output will be another differential length whose magnitude is either greater than or equal to the previous differential length, and whose directions are the same. They will be in the same direction. So that's a kind of an advanced meaning of rally based, rally drop based drop, and all of that. Okay, so that's good. So all these things are experienced in trading. And the thing is, somebody will be like, okay, it have reached this trend line, we should do what? We should buy. No. And somebody will be like, it have reached this upper trend line, we should sell. No. That is where the issue of geometrical transformation will come in. Geometrical transformation will come in. So what do you understand by geometrical transformation? Before market will actually change direction, okay, before market will change direction, a new plan must exist. Like the plan must be defined, at least in the any way possible. The plan must be defined. But the thing is, if when the plan is defined and you are entering that market late, you are likely going to lose money, okay? Because every plan is being fought by another plan. Every plan is being fought by another plan. One plan is being fought by infinite plan. A single plan that is active is not free. It's being fought by multiple plans. There are multiple plans in the market, infinite plan in the market, that you may not be able to understand that these things have capacity to actually make you lose money. And so right now, what I'm trying to say is you really need to be smart to define plan. Very, very important. So when the season starts, it is hard for that season to end. Like, you cannot tell when the season will end. In other words, there is a season theory which I'm going to state in this video, and the theory is that once a season starts and once a season is defined and it is real, like it is true season, then it will continue indefinitely unless the market maker decide to reverse that season. Meaning that you cannot reverse a season on your own, no matter how sophisticated your analysis will be, or no matter how sophisticated you are as a trader. You cannot reverse a season. You cannot reverse a season. If you try to reverse a season, you might, maybe you can succeed only 10% of the time, meaning that you are going to lose 90% of the time. So why should you have a 10% win rate and then 90% losing rate? Okay, it's very, very, it doesn't sound accurate. So it is geometrical transformation that will help you to know when a season have saturated and when new season have created. Okay, you cannot reverse season on your own. You cannot just reverse season, even though the market is on a reversible zones level. You cannot reverse season on your own. Market have to create plan. Okay, so we are currently inside this plan, and the direction of this plan is downwards. Okay, you can make money inside this plan once you understand how to trade a plan. Okay, all you need is to determine the direction and follow the direction. So this plan is a selling season, right? You look for strong resistance and you put your sell. Okay, you put your sell and you put your stop loss above the resistance because you are selling. Okay, even if the market tends to trigger your stop loss by going up to the upper channel, you have done the right thing. Okay, that's why you deploy risk management. You have done the right thing, and then you place another trade on the upper trend line, risking some pips. Okay, and where your take profit will always be on the support level. You can take your profit here. Okay, because you know that market can reverse at those places. I see we have internal plans. You see, there is a plan like this guiding this price movement. We have a plan, 2 points, you can draw a plan. Okay, using 3 points we make it more accurate, but depending on the market condition, 3 points is good. But because we are deploying parallelism, just once one boundary of the plane is correct, then you can draw parallel lines to get the plane completed. Okay, you see. So this is very, 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 very critical. A season continues indefinitely. That's why binary trading, you'll be like, you keep losing money not knowing that you are trading against season. So in rise and fall market, for instance, if you rise here thinking that you are trading on the support, the market will actually rise depending on your timing. Then if you want to repeat the same process, it will go down. And then even if you time it for a very long time, it will keep going down, and you are wasting energy and money. Why? Because you should have been taking trade here, fall. Now, and your contract time will just drastically minimize because you know where the market is headed. Now, the point I'm making here is, if you cannot run this analysis on daily basis or anytime you want to take a trade, know that you will lose. You will lose hour upon hour, day upon day, month upon month, year upon year. You will lose. You have to join our VIP signals for you to make it here. Okay, you have to join our VIP signal. You have to enroll for our mentorship. You have to enroll for our courses as well. Mentorship is different from course. A course is a short period of education, a short period of training, while a mentorship is longer, like a half year, a year, and maybe 3 months. But a course can just be a recorded video and PDF, and you can just go and read on your own. But if you become a mentee, then you can ask questions from time to time, and then you can just have special presentations. You can be given special presentation, you can be given special review, you can be given special video courses or Zoom meeting, so that the hardest issue you have as a trader will be solved. So it depends on what you want. I'm ending this video, and that's good. Bye for now. I forgot something to say before I say bye. I forgot something. Geometrical transformation. So the video is taking time, but I have to say this because if I didn't complete the knowledge, it will be like somebody watched this video and couldn't deploy it properly. So geometrical transformation happens when a new plane is discovered. Simple. So it happens naturally by the market makers. They're the one that will do it. So you really look at what I mean. Right now, we know that. Right now, we know that the active season in the market is this, and not everyone will believe that this is the active season. Okay. But because of the top-down analysis and structural analysis and plane analysis, you know that this is what? This is a sell season, right? Cool. Now, because this is a sell season, and based on the length differential analysis, for this market to actually start buying, like for the season to change to a sell, to a buy season, okay, it must meet some buying condition. Maybe it have to touch a very strong support, because you buy on a spot, right? Like it have to reach a level where there is probability of price to actually change direction. Okay, and these are key levels, resistance and support and all of that. But if a plane occur naturally, then you don't need to bother yourself about whether it have met the condition for change of season. If a plane have been created, like if you discover a buy plane, just look for a strong support to buy the market. Okay, so the thing is, allow the market to create a natural plane and determine the direction of that plane. So the market have just created this natural plane, so the direction is downwards. So you look for sell and not a buy. If you are buying, you are wasting time here. It doesn't work. Okay, now what I will say about geometrical transformation is when a plane changes to another plane, that is geometrical transformation. But if you bring it in a mathematical way, market have to, a price action have to, like, price, the path created, like the season have to pass through translation, rotation, and reflection. Or let's call it, it have to translate, it have to rotate, it have to reflect. Okay, so imagine this plane. We have a mirror. This arrow is a mirror. If we allow this plane to reflect over this mirror, that's the first transformation. Then the second transformation, we have to rotate this plane so that the slope will change from negative to positive, because the slope of this plane is negative. To tell you the energy, it involves a lot of energy, you know, to make a season to change. It involves a lot of energy. Are you getting me? So after there is rotation and then there is reflection, translation has occurred automatically because of these two geometrical transformations has happened. There will be a translation, right? And actually in a plane, when the market is moving in a plane, is translating. Okay, so that's good. So we will need something like this. We need something like this. We need something like this to happen. When something like this happens, you will see that price will create a very massive length that will be different from other lengths in the vicinity. Okay, when it creates that massive length, then it will create a base, it will create a range. That's why I talk about range analysis, to create a range. Why it is creating this range? It's just doing it to distract people from doing the wrong thing. I'm sorry, to make people, traders, to do the wrong thing. But you, if you understand seasons, you'll be looking for a buy. What do? You look for a buy here. So this is the right time to buy. If you are buying inside this plane, you are trying to tell the market that you are so emotional, you are so anxious, you don't want to wait, you really want to reverse this market by your own effort, which can never happen. It can never happen. And when you miss entry, don't blame the market, don't blame anybody. When you miss entry, if you cannot get in again, then leave that season and wait for a new season. The thing is, once, don't be smart enough to locate your entry. Be smart enough to enter the market where there is high potential. Okay, somebody that entered a sell here is better than someone that entered a sell here. Even though they were resistances, the energy content there to make profit is low than someone that entered here. So you have to consider all this stuff. So thank you and bye for now.